Nobody has ever done this. Not in a zoo, not in a sanctuary, not in any controlled research environment in the history of primatology. And the reason nobody has done it is not because the idea never occurred to anyone. It's because every primatologist on Earth knows exactly what would happen. And what would happen is something no institution wants documented under their name. A silverback gorilla is the most physically dominant primate on the planet. One adult male can lift nearly 1,000 kilograms. His arms can generate striking force that would total a car door. His canine teeth are 5 centimeters long and built to puncture bone. In the wild, other animals don't challenge him. They move, they yield, they disappear into the forest and wait for him to pass. But here is what those primatologists also know, and what nobody tells you when you're watching nature documentaries. In 2019, in Luango National Park in Gabon, researchers documented something that had never been seen before in the scientific record. A coalition of chimpanzees attacked a gorilla group, and then they did it again. Both silverbacks escaped. Their infants did not. The chimpanzees won, not because they were stronger. They are not stronger. Not because they were faster. They are not faster. They won because of something the gorilla has never needed to evolve a defense against. Something his biology has no answer for. And we are about to find out what happens when that something has nowhere to go. This is a simulation. We are placing 10 adult chimpanzees into a gorilla enclosure. The enclosure is large, 60 meters across, with climbing structures, water features, and vegetation. It is designed for one silverback and his family. Today, it holds something else entirely. You are the gorilla. You have lived in this enclosure for 11 years. You know every corner of it. You know which climbing structure holds weight and which one flexes when you grip the upper bar. You know where the keepers appear in the morning, and you know the sound the ventilation system makes 30 seconds before the feeding doors open. This space is yours in the only way that matters to an animal, completely and without question. You weigh 198 kilograms. Your arms are longer than most humans are tall. When you stand upright and beat your chest, which you do when something is wrong and something is about to be very wrong, the sound carries across the entire enclosure and rattles the observation glass. You are not aggressive by nature. This is the thing people always get wrong about silverbacks. You have not survived 11 years in this enclosure by fighting. You have survived by being so obviously dominant that fighting never becomes necessary. A chest beat, a stare, a short charge that stops 3 meters short of whatever needs to understand who you are, that has always been enough. It is not going to be enough today. They arrive before you understand what they are. The holding doors on the eastern wall open and the sound hits you first, a rising, overlapping chaos of vocalizations that doesn't match anything in your experience. Not a keeper, not a maintenance crew, not the low mechanical hum of equipment. This is biological. This is alive. And it is coming from multiple directions inside a sound that should be coming from one. You stand. You orient toward the eastern wall. Your nostrils pull in the air, and what comes back is primate. Familiar in its chemistry, deeply unfamiliar in its volume. Not one animal, not two, many. The first one through the door is a male, approximately 52 kilograms, moving on all fours with a speed that is immediately wrong for the size. He clears the entrance and doesn't stop, doesn't assess, doesn't look at you the way an animal looks at something it is trying to understand. He screams, a high escalating call that serves a function you will come to understand too late. And then 4 more come through the door behind him, and then 3 more, and then 2 more. And the last one pauses in the doorway for exactly half a second and looks directly at you before following the others into the enclosure. 10 of them, 40 to 60 kilograms each. Total mass, roughly 520 kilograms against your 198. You beat your chest. The sound is enormous. It is supposed to end situations. It has ended every situation it has ever been applied to in 11 years, without exception. The chest beat of a silverback is not a performance. It is a biological statement of physical fact, an advertisement of what contact with you would cost, delivered at a volume designed to make the cost feel real before it is paid. 3 of the chimpanzees scream louder in response. This is the first rule of the cage, and you are learning it in real time. The silverback's display system was built for a world where the animal receiving the display has something to lose by engaging. A leopard calculates risk. Another gorilla calculates risk. Even a human being, standing at the fence of your enclosure with a camera, calculates risk. The display works because the receiver runs the math and decides the math doesn't favor them. Chimpanzees in a coalition have already run the math. They ran it before the doors opened. The answer the math gave them was, proceed, you charge. Not a bluff charge, a real one. Full acceleration, 198 kilograms of silverback, moving at the speed that has ended every confrontation you have ever initiated. You target the nearest animal. He dodges left with a speed that is genuinely surprising, and you feel 2 sets of hands grab your right arm from behind before you have fully processed that the dodge happened at all. You spin, you throw one of them. He hits the climbing structure 4 meters away and screams but does not stop moving, and in the time it takes you to complete the spin, 2 more have attached to your back, not biting yet, gripping, holding position, waiting. You have never needed to protect your back before. You have never been in a situation where something was behind you and also in front of you and also to your left simultaneously. Your body is built for singular, overwhelming confrontation. One opponent, decisive force, resolution. What is happening right now is not that. What is happening right now is a problem your biology has no stored solution for. The chimpanzees are running a system. This is not chaos. It only looks like chaos. What it actually is coordinated pressure from multiple vectors applied simultaneously, a tactic documented in the wild during the 2019 Loango attacks. 27 chimpanzees against 5 gorillas, lasting 52 minutes, with the coalition rotating positions, maintaining contact, and directing pressure at isolated individuals while holding the perimeter. You are one gorilla. You cannot isolate a single attacker long enough to neutralize him before 2 more fill the space he left. Every time you generate the force required to throw one clear, you spend energy and create an opening. They are collectively expending less energy than you are individually. They have been doing this their entire lives. You have never done it once. The first real bite comes at 17 minutes, left shoulder, from behind, while you are focused forward. The canine teeth of an adult chimpanzee are 1 inch long, and their bite force matches yours at 1,300 pounds per square inch. You roar, a sound you have not made in years, and reach back and grab the animal by the arm and pull him around and slam him into the ground, and he releases and rolls and is back on his feet in 4 seconds. 4 seconds. You needed 4 seconds of focused effort to produce 4 seconds of relief. There are 9 others. 30 minutes into the simulation, the pattern has become clear enough to describe. You control a zone, roughly a 6-meter radius around wherever you are standing at any given moment. Inside that radius, nothing stays long enough to do serious damage. The chimpanzees have learned your reach, your speed, and your turning radius with an accuracy that is almost analytical. They test the edges of your zone constantly, probing, retreating, probing again, and the ones who overstep pay for it. You have thrown 4 of them hard enough to matter. 2 are favoring injuries. But you have not rested for a single second in 30 minutes. Your fast-twitch muscle fibers, the explosive tissue that makes your strikes devastating, are burning through energy at a rate your body was not designed to sustain. The chimpanzees have the same fiber composition, but they are taking turns, rotating pressure. While 1 recovers, 3 engage. You are not rotating. You are the only one on your side of this equation. The gorilla's physical supremacy is built on one assumption: singular confrontation, one rival, one threat at one time. That assumption is built into the body, into every response system that 11 years of uncontested dominance has never given you reason to question. That assumption is the cage's first casualty. The chimpanzees are not trying to kill you. This is important to understand. In the Luongo attacks, the silverbacks escaped. The chimps' lethal focus was on the infants, isolated, small, unable to defend themselves. What chimpanzee coalitions seek is not a fight to the death with the most dangerous animal in the enclosure. What they seek is control of the space, and they achieve control of the space by making it impossible for the dominant individual to hold any part of it without cost. What they are doing to you right now is what they do to rival chimpanzee communities. They are making the territory too expensive to keep. 45 minutes in, you make a decision your body arrives at before your cognition does. You move to the far corner of the enclosure. Not a retreat in any way you have ever understood retreat. You don't turn your back. You don't run. You back toward the corner slowly, facing outward, maintaining the zone. The corner gives you a wall on two sides. The zone shrinks from a full radius to a wedge, but the wedge requires fewer resources to hold. The chimpanzees let you go. This is also what they did in Luongo. They did not pursue the silverbacks into open engagement when the gorillas began to withdraw. The coalition doesn't need to destroy you. It only needs to own everything except where you are. In 11 years, you have never been in a corner of your own enclosure. Here is what the corner costs you: everything. The feeding station is on the opposite wall. The water feature is in the center of the enclosure. The shaded platform where you have slept every afternoon for 11 years is 15 meters to your left, well outside the wedge. The chimpanzees begin using these things, not with any apparent awareness of what they are taking. They are not gloating, not performing victory. They are simply utilizing the space that is no longer being contested, the way water utilizes a path when the blockage moves. They eat your food. They use your water. 3 of them climb to your platform and display from it. The pant hoot call, hands drumming on the surface, a vocalization that functions in chimpanzee communication as a territorial broadcast. It can be heard over a kilometer away in the wild. In the enclosure, it means something that doesn't need translation. You beat your chest from the corner. The sound is still enormous. 2 of them flinch, none of them move. 68 minutes into the simulation, you make contact with the dominant male of the coalition. He has been peripheral until now, directing pressure rather than applying it, hanging back at the edge of exchanges, monitoring. This is textbook alpha chimpanzee behavior. The dominant male coordinates rather than exposes himself, building the coalition's advantage before committing his own body to the outcome. He approaches the corner now, slowly, bipedally, upright, swaggering, making himself appear larger than he is, which is a display behavior that in chimpanzee social mechanics signals high confidence. He weighs 58 kilograms. You weigh 198. He stops 4 meters away and stares at you. You charge. Of course you charge. You have been a silverback for 11 years, and every instinct you have accumulated in that time is organized around the principle that this is what you do when something challenges you directly in your space. He sidesteps. He is faster than you. He has always been faster than you, and he knew it before he walked over here. 3 members of the coalition hit your back simultaneously the moment your momentum committed you forward, and you go down. One hand catches the ground. You push back up, but you went down. And in 11 years, that has never happened. And the roar you produce when you regain your feet is the sound of an animal beginning to understand something. Its biology resists understanding. The space is gone. The corner is gone. They own the corner now, too. The enclosure reaches its turning point at minute 74. You are in the center of the space. You have stopped charging. You are watching them. They are watching you. The display has shifted. The chest beating, the charging, the roaring, all of it has produced nothing that changes the fundamental situation. And your body has begun the process of stopping the expenditure of resources that produce no return. You are 198 kilograms of the most physically powerful primate on Earth, and you are standing in the center of your own enclosure, watching 10 animals that individually weigh a third of what you weigh move through your space as though you are the intruder. The silverback at Luongo threw chimpanzees through the air. He fought for 52 minutes. He was larger than the coalition, more powerful than any individual within it, and almost certainly more dangerous in any singular exchange than any animal that came at him. He also lost, not because he was weaker, because the system he was built to defeat, one opponent, decisive force, resolution, was not the system being run against him. The chimpanzees brought a different system, a system that scales with numbers and degrades with time, that trades individual capability for collective pressure, that requires no single chimp to win anything, only requires that the gorilla never be allowed to rest. What the cage teaches you in 74 minutes is not that you are weak. You are not weak. No animal in this enclosure doubts what you are capable of. The gorilla gives you the conditions you were built for. He will always be stronger. He was also alone, and in the end, that was the only number that mattered.